What's going on YouTube, GeoSnow right here. So in today's video we're discussing the iOS 11.3 that has been released by Apple just a couple hours ago for all devices supporting iOS 11. So it says in here, quote, iOS 11.3 introduces new features including the AR Kit 1.5 with support for more immersive augmented reality experiences, iPhone battery health beta, which is something I'm so pumped for, the new Animojis for the iPhone 10 users, and more. If you take a look here on the learn more, you can see exactly what has changed, and I'm actually very interested in the iPhone battery health beta, which displays information on iPhone maximum battery capacity and peak performance capability. Now, this used to be provided in a way or another by sketchy iOS applications from the App Store. Now, starting with iOS 11.3, it will become a feature that you have on your device without installing battery doctor or battery information or whatever. And many other features that are in here, including, quote, when an Apple feature asks you to use your personal information, an icon now appears along with a link to detailed information explaining how your data will be used and protected. So this is for privacy purposes, but it's a good touch on that. Then you have some fixes and new features on the news, App Store, Safari, keyboards, and of course you have the accessibility in here and other improvements and fixes. You can see it's a pretty hefty update in here containing quite a lot of stuff, and we're going to install it right now and see how it performs. So I'm going to download it right now and be right back once it's done and once it's installed. Keep in mind I'm running this on an iPhone 7 Plus, so let's see. So fast forwarding 30 minutes later, I installed the iOS 11.3 update and it's pretty nice. Now, the first feature that will definitely stand out is the one on the battery. You can see here a new option is available on the battery in settings, and it's called battery health beta. Now this one will pretty much tell you the maximum capacity of your battery. As you can see, my battery is charged to 100%, but its real capacity, maximum capacity, is actually 97% compared to when it was new. So this way you will actually be able to tell whether your battery is worn out or not. Even though your device charges to 100%, that doesn't mean the battery is still holding the same capacity as it used to when it was new. And in my case, I was shocked to discover that in just a couple months since September 2017, when I bought this device, it already lost 3% on the battery, which is quite bad, but not as bad as to reduce the performance. Because as you can see here, it now tells you whether your device is performing on the maximum capacity or not. It says in my case, your battery is currently supporting normal peak performance. But in your case, if it's not, and if it's worn out to the point where the device requires throttling, it will tell you that you need a new battery. It will tell you exactly the maximum capacity your battery still has. And of course, it will give you the option to turn off throttling, although if you do that, you of course risk to have shutdowns unexpectedly. Yeah, this is the new feature. You can learn more by pressing that learn more link in there, but yes, it's definitely in here. For those of you who do not know, there has been quite a lot of drama on the throttling subject between Apple and the media, and they have now introduced this feature so that you have more control over your battery and what's going on. What used to be a feature that only third-party applications provided you through the App Store, it's now built into your phone, and is actually much more accurate than those App Store applications that are requiring some sort of dubious APIs that most of the times do not work properly or are just estimation. This is pretty much about the battery health beta. I'm pretty sure that it will get much more updates in the future, and you can tell that by the fact that it says beta, and they really want that to stand out since they added in the name, so I'm pretty sure they will add more in the future. Another feature that has been added in the iOS 11.3 is on the health application, and it's health records. Now you can pretty much get your health records from, your clinical health records from multiple sources and automatically receive updates. Now, unfortunately, you cannot do that with all clinics in the world and all hospitals in the world and so on. Only a few are supported for the moment, and most of them are in the United States, if not all. But this one is also in beta, as you can see, so I'm pretty sure it will receive updates at some point. But yes, it's definitely in here. Now, the music application is pretty much containing this icon in there. You can see the little people icon in there, and this one is actually new in the iOS 11.3. It pretty much tells you that the application is collecting some information about it, and you can see how the data is managed. Now, aside from that, you can also watch music videos now in the Apple Music that are ad-free and uninterrupted, which is quite great. Now, if you're a fan of Apple Music, go ahead and use it. It's pretty nice. Speaking about pretty nice features, on the Safari side, you will no longer get Safari to autocomplete your password fields unless you press on the password field itself. This is for security purposes, but I find it pretty useful. There is also an update for the Messages application. You can now chat with various businesses just like you do on Facebook Messenger. You can pretty much schedule some appointments, I don't know, talk with representatives of that company and some sort of Facebook Messenger, but with company support in the iMessage application. Unfortunately, for the moment, the iMessage application with the businesses chat is not supported outside the United States. I assume that it will be supported in the future as more companies enroll in. And of course, if you do have an iPhone X, there are new Animojis, and there are of course other under the hood features that have been added and fixes and so on. For the moment, the iOS 11.3 seems to be quite stable, and I quite like it. And I'm really happy that Apple decided to give us much more control over the battery and what's going on, especially with the ability to turn off the throttling and to tell what is the actual wear level of the battery. So yeah, that's pretty much it with iOS 11.3, guys. If you want a jailbreak, do not update to it, although it's pretty nice because you will not be able to jailbreak iOS 11.3, at least not right now. So yeah, if you're on a lower version and you want a jailbreak, go ahead and remain on that version. But if you do not care about jailbreaking, you just want to have an iPhone that is updated and working, go ahead and do the update. It's just 700 megabytes in size, and it's not going to take too much. So yeah, thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to stay updated. I'm GeoSnow. Until the next time, peace out.